Hello and welcome back everyone. How you all doing? For today's video, we're gonna be talking about the Galeshot, of course. You probably have seen already a couple of videos about it, but I'm just gonna give my 2 cents and talk about what I think of the new elite spec for the Ranger on the upcoming expansion. You guys probably have seen already the live stream when they presented the spec, or maybe some videos of other content creators talking about it. However, as the Ranger main that I am, I think I have a pretty good understanding on how is it going to be played, how strong is it going to be, and honestly, I think I already know what the best weapons and traits are going to be for it. So take it out, stay along with me, and let's see what we got with the Galeshot. And by the way guys, let me tell you that long before we started seeing the reveals of the elite specs, I already predicted that this would be sort of a nature's sniper playstyle. Because, well, it was what made more sense, and we've been asking forever for a decent sort of range theme for the Ranger, right? It's supposed to be this archer, this hunter from the nature, and honestly, the longbow was kinda lackluster, so I think it was pretty obvious that they were giving us this sort of playstyle. Alrighty guys, first things first, we're gonna break down the basics of the build, because as you can see, there's a new UI and some sort of feathers. The first thing and most important part is, right here in the picture in the middle, you can see a new set of skills. They do not come from a different weapon, you will still have access to both your weapons, and this acts sort of a merge and unmerge, similar to the Soul Beast. Once you click your F5, you have access to your Cyclone Bow, and that's gonna give you a new set of skills. Here on the left, you can see a new UI showcasing 8 arrows, and on the right, you can see a new buff called Wind Force. These arrows are essentially something you gain passively and through other mechanics, and they will be the charges you need to consume in order to use the Cyclone abilities. And as you're doing that, you're gonna be winning Wind Force stacks. Once you reach 5 of those, your number 1 Gale Bow is gonna transform into Hawkeye, releasing a massive shot with massive range, big radius, and multi-hit that really does a chunk of damage. It will hit the primary target 5 times and then nearby targets 3 times. Now that we know the main theme of the elite spec, I'm just gonna show the skills really quickly, starting with number 2, or Blaster. This is essentially a mini version of the rapid fire on the longbow. That's it, basically. It just releases a rapid volley of arrows that deals a decent chunk of damage. Now your number 3 skill, I think it's a little bit busted because it's a disengage similar to the short bow. However, this one also releases a blast of wind that destroys incoming projectiles, does a little bit of damage, it cripples if you hit the targets, and also adds a short evade window. All of this for the cost of just 1 arrow. Skill number 4 is yet again very similar to one of the longbow skills, the Rain of Arrows, but in this case it just fires a volley up in the air that immobilizes the targets for 2 seconds when it lands. Deals a little bit of damage, and this one doesn't stay lingering in the ground as the Rain of Arrow does, but this is just your root setup skill for the cost of 2 arrows. Alrighty guys, this is when it starts getting crazy with number 5, Supersonic Arrow. This is a very hard-hitting, fast skill that gives you 2 extra stacks of Wind Force, dazes for 3 seconds, it pierces, it's unblockable, and it costs 3 arrows. So far, I think this is the craziest skill on the entire toolkit, but and as a Ranger main, don't get me wrong, I would love to be overpowered, but this has to be toned down a little bit. It's just too strong. All of this in just one press of a button, it has massive potential, it deals massive damage, it's just too much in just one button, in my opinion. Moving on to the utilities or Squalls, we're gonna be doing a little bit of a rapid fire here. The healing skill, it's actually pretty useful, nice chunk of healing, applies super speed, and also removes 2 conditions. Quite nice. Piercing Gales is gonna be doing a chunk of damage, which is increased by stacks of vulnerability on the opponent. It also pierces, and it's just that. Raw, quick, fire burst of damage. You can combine this with the next one, which is Mistral. This is gonna place down a wall that will make any projectiles passing through it apply chill and deal extra damage. Any projectiles. It's not just the Gale Bow projectiles. Any sort of projectiles you make pass through here will apply chill and deal extra damage. Next one, it's a pretty good defensive tool called Wind Shear. This is a short-range knockback that also is stun break and reflects projectiles. In my opinion, this is gonna be run in most of the Galeshot kits because it's raw utility, and yeah, it's very nice. It's a nice disengage tool. Next one, it's called Whirlwind, and this one is for sure gonna be in every single toolkit. This is a massive leap forwards with 2 charges, applies super speed, and also has an evade window. I don't know, man. I think this one is gonna be in every single build of the Galeshot. I might be wrong on this one, but taking a look at how Galeshot is shaping up to be, I think this is a skill that's gonna be run in every single build. And last but definitely not least, the ultimate. This is called Perfect Storm, and it's a massive tornado that launches enemies back as it strikes and travels. When it reaches its destination, it will stay there for a period of time, dealing damage to everyone inside of it. This is not only damage, it's also setup. It can be used to interrupt certain things, and it's gonna have massive playability. What I mean by this is that you will probably be able to get super creative with this ultimate and the setup with the skills we've seen previously, the roots, the days. You know, you have really a lot of potential to make cool plays with this one. Alrighty guys, here we are reaching the end of this video, and I'm just gonna leave you the traits right here on the screen in proper order, as in first row, middle talent, second row, middle talent, third row. Now, as I leave those on the screen, I'm just gonna be talking about what I think the overall vibe of this build is and how I think it's going to be played out, and also talk about what I believe to be, or it's going to be, the best combination of traits and perhaps even weapons. From what we have seen until now and the traits right here, I know that this is going to be a quick, bursty, and super mobile build, centered around having improved swiftness, tons of super speed, mobility in general, easy access to quickness, and yeah, just a bunch of damage overall. So hit hard, hit quick, keep moving on, and that's I think that's gonna be the theme of this build. And as far as my predictions go for what's going to be the best setup of talents, it's something like this. Marksmanship is going to be for sure paired with Galeshot. Like, I would be shocked if this is not the best pairing for the Galeshot spec. That's one of the things that I predict to be the best, regardless of if you run this exact same setup or you come up with a different combination. And then the third one, we have yet to see if it's just going to stay like this, right? Or if it will combine a little bit of perhaps Wilderness Survival for, you know, more survival, and Fury and more Conning Lance. This right here, I would say it's once again the winning combination. I've talked a lot about this combination of Wilderness Survival and Marksmanship. It's just super solid, and it seems that it's going to fit the Galeshot very well. Now, as far as weapons go, I think that yes, of course, I'm gonna be making builds with full range meme or whatever, but if we're talking about what's going to be the strongest in my opinion, it's going to be some sort of what I'm running here, a combination of Berserker, Marauder, you know, tons of damage, a little bit of HP, perhaps even Wind Duration. Having Diviners, it's gonna be good with this type of build. I'm pretty sure Diviners is gonna be the top tier. And Sword, Warhorn paired with dual maces. Why do I believe this is going to be the strongest option? Well, we have seen already with the Soul Beast tree line how demolishing this build is. Even though I don't have a range option, I'm still being able to chase down opponents, I'm still being able to run away from people. I have a nice chunk of damage, sustain, mobility, massive burst, a little bit of everything, and it's honestly super good. So now, if you give me Galeshot, and sure I will lose on the Soul Beast, but you know, I believe the Galeshot trade line is gonna pair very well with this combination too. Now I have the 2 melee weapons, I have mobility, extra mobility, a ranged option with really strong kit. It's not like I have a kinda meh option, I will have a super strong range option on top of what I already have. So that's my prediction. Sword Warhorn, dual maces. And maybe find around some combinations of spear to make really cheeky and easy setups thanks to the stealth option. But yeah, I think Galeshot is going to revolve around a lot sword, warhorn, dual maces, and spear. That's my prediction, and for sure the first thing I'm going to try. But of course I will also do full bow memes when it comes up. But yeah, well, that's about it, guys. Overall, I think we're gonna have tons of fun trying things out, coming up with builds. Do I believe it's going to be better than the Soul Beast? I don't know. Do I believe I'm gonna like it more? No, I don't. Soul Beast has something going for me, which is the merge mechanic, but I don't know. I just like it, but we'll see. I'm very open-minded for sure. I do know that the first days of playing Galeshot, it's gonna be chaos. There's a ton of things that are gonna be in need of adjusting, but for sure we're gonna make great content out of it. For sure we're gonna have a lot of fun, and yeah, that's what I think about the upcoming new Elite Spec. Having said all of that, guys, I wish you all a good day and see you on the next one. Cheers!